Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have a Naruto CCG mail day. I know it's been forever, but I'm very excited for today's video and the stuff that's going to come out in the future. So let's get right into it. I got 7 graded Naruto cards that I want to show you guys today. The first one is the Jiraiya Sage Mode 9.5 Gem Mint Super Rare, Full Art Super Rare from Tales of the Gallant Sage. This is graded by MNT, the grading company I'm going to use. The subgrades are 3 9.5s and 1 9.0, so not a true 9.5, meaning all subgrades were 9.5, but still a gem mint card nonetheless. Really, really cool. If you've been following the Naruto graded cards on eBay or have been following me on Instagram, you would have seen that I had another Jiraiya Sage Mode that was a quad 9.5 or a true 9.5, all subgrades being 9.5. Gem mint sold for 780 Canadian dollars on eBay. That one was paid for. That's a legit sale. This one I have listed up as well, but it is just such a cool card. I gotta say, I think there has been a misconception with, or a misunderstanding with Naruto graded cards. A lot of the cards that are out there right now are gem. You can see this card looks pretty nice. Are gem mint, and all the cards you're going to see today are gem mint graded. But Naruto cards aren't actually that easy to grade. Now the full arts are much easier. If you go to Beckett and you look at their pop reports, a lot of 9.5s, a lot of 10s and black labels actually. But in order to get, and to put this in perspective, I want to explain this for everybody who may be a little bit new to grading. In order to get like a true 10 or a black label, and to get a 10 or a black label, for a 10 you need to have 3 subgrades, a 10, and the final subgrade being a 9.5. A black label needs all 4 subgrades being 10, meaning it is a black label essentially is a perfect card. A 10, a pristine 10, is a very, very, very near perfect card. And in order to get a card like that graded at that quality, essentially you need to have the card go from a pack to a sleeve right to the grading company. There's got to be like no in between. You can't mishandle it. Did I say that right? Mishandle? Yeah, mishandle it. You have to assume that the card was printed perfectly from the factory, no centering issues, no surface issues, no nothing. And for the full art Naruto cards, it is easier than the older cards. If you guys have opened up lots of Naruto packs, you know the older cards have horrible surfaces. So it is harder to get true gems from those cards, but it isn't that easy. And the reason why I say that is a lot of Naruto cards, and actually, funny enough, I have a card right here. There's some sets in the Naruto CCG that have some pretty bad, like not printing error, but just sort of issues with cards. And so I have a good example right here. I have this Minato Namikaze from set 21. This is Shattered Truth. And what you're going to notice here, see how in the what do you call it? The texture pattern here, it looks like there's like bubbles. See those like white bits? That's factory. Yeah, like yeah, you heard that right. That's some factory error stuff here. These bubbles in these cards, and you see it. I've started seeing it and noticing it a lot more. You'll also notice here there's some ink on the shoulder. That happens a decent amount from what I've seen from the raw cards I've bought, from the cards my friends have bought. And these things can be pack fresh. I don't know if this one's pack fresh. I bought this from Goat Cards. But those bubbles, I have packed a Minato with those bubbles straight from a pack. These bubbles will knock the surface down to an 8, 8.5. So what I'm trying to do by explaining it, or the point I'm trying to get across with that is that not all cards are gem mints. You're going to see a lot of gem cards on eBay or just in the marketplaces right now, but they are more difficult. So I just want to make that clear because I was talking to some people, and it seems like people are assuming that all cards are gem. And then if we look here, this is a older super rare, and you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it, but there's scuffing here. This is pack fresh, scuffing here. Let's see if there's other stuff here. You can sort of see there's some scratches here. Pack fresh cards. So the reason why I'm showing this is just to simply say Naruto cards aren't as easy to grade as they may seem. But anyways, that was a long-winded rant. Let's move on to the next card. It is an Orochimaru Full Art Super Rare from Tales of the Gallant Sage as well. This, once again, is not a true 9.5. It has a 9.0 on surface, but really, really cool card, first edition. We also have the Killer Bee, full art from Invasion, first edition. This one is a true 9.5, 4 9.5 subgrades. Really cool card, cool art. We have the Tsunade from Sage's Legacy, one of the hardest sets to find sealed product for. It is from my experience, it is a very rare set, hard to find. The Naruto Sage Mode card is from this set. This card alone is $50 on on goat cards in near mint to light play conditions. So these cards are getting more expensive and harder to find, but this is a true 9.5 gem mint Tsunade full art super rare. Pretty cool. And then we're moving on to my favorite two cards that I picked up recently. The first one is the third Tsuchikage. I always mess up the pronunciation of that. Once again, a true 9.5 gem mint card. This is from Unlimited Heroes Ascension, although I was talking to some friends, and I don't think there's a first edition version. But if you see and look at this card, look at the texture pattern on this card. It just comes to life. It's like golden texture, has that cool sort of detailing in like the cubes or whatever. Such a beautiful card. I initially bought this to possibly sell, but after I saw that texture pattern, I had to keep it. So Gem Mint, third Tsuchikage, Anoiki. I think I say pronounce Anoichi? Whatever, same thing. And then the final card, this is a card that I wanted for a very long time, and was going to buy ungraded. Oh, that's just on the case. It's inside. I was going to buy ungraded and gray, but then I saw that there was a graded one up. It is a quad 9.5, true 9.5 gem mint, Madara Uchiha from Avengers Wrath. And once again, look at the, I'm sorry about the light, but look at the foiling pattern. That is beautiful. And this is really cool. Warring States Madara. Out of all the Madara cards, I think this is my personal favorite. This is the Edo Madara from Ninja Storm 3. But I think this artwork's just cooler. It's like it's an action shot, and it's not like the game graphics or whatever. It's the true artwork. So really, really cool. But those are the cards that I have. A couple of those sold on auction. The Tsunade is sold on auction, but then the buyer canceled it, so I now have that again, which is sick because one, it sold for a very low price, and two, it was a pretty cool card. Two of the other ones sold, and the Jiraiya is up on sale. I think I just put up the Tsunade for sale as well, so I don't know. If you're interested in any of that stuff, it's on eBay. I could also maybe leave my eBay store link in the description down below if you're interested. So that's the graded cards, and I know it took a while. Let's get into some of our raw cards. So I have some here. I bought a size super rare, which is funny because I actually packed this card and sold it to a friend. I bought a size super rare from Goat Cards to grade, and look what we have here. What's that? The bubbles. So I wanted to get this because I want to get all the super rares from, and it's got scratches and stuff. All the super rares from Shattered Truth in a 9.5. I already have the Susano'o. I already have one or two others. A couple like grading as well. Size one that I need. If you have a Sai in 9.5, or you have one graded, or sorry, you have one that is going to be graded or is in grading, and you'd like to sell it to me, please let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. I'd love to buy it. But I still need the Sai. I bought the Six Tails as well. This one had better surface on the front, but then the back's a little beat. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll grade it, but I ended up buying these two because I still need these two for Shattered Truth, the set. I have everything else. Then I also bought a fourth Hokage from Broken Promise, and right here is a great example of that surface problems. You can see here, scratches. That looks like a factory line, not even a scratch. I've seen that before on these cards. We got some like bubbling here as well. Yeah, Naruto cards are just hard to grade, to be 100% honest. I've seen a lot of 8.5s, 7s, 6.5s, like pretty low grades. But yeah, those are just some raw cards that I got. I'm not going to be grading, but really, really cool cards. I think I'll probably just put them in a binder or something. Next up we have, I think is one of the grails of the hobby, to be 100% honest. Some people may not agree, but I think it's one of the grails. If you know the Naruto CCG, you know that the first ever set, the base set, is called Path to Hokage. Now, the boxes all of a sudden skyrocketed in price recently, but a lot of packs and boxes out there, from what we've seen, from what was opened, are unlimited. And the story, or at least what I read online, the story of Path to Hokage was it was the first set that came to North America, and they released it, and they greatly underestimated the demand for the card game. And so what happened was that they released it the first print run, which is first edition, of course, and it, from what I read, sold out immediately. And then they realized we're way behind on the demand, right? We got zero supply for this demand. So then they printed a ton of unlimited product, and that's why we see so many boxes and packs out there, most of which are unlimited, but there's a lot of it because they printed a lot more to try to meet demand. But of course, if you took away from that story, the important thing was that the first edition print run was fairly limited, right? Like they really underestimated demand. So the first edition print run was actually truly limited compared to the unlimited print run. And the important thing about that is that the Naruto CCG, from my understanding, was printed like Japanese Pokemon. First edition is just a first print run. They print to what they think the demand will be, and then they only print unlimited if they need to. In the case of Path to Hokage, they really needed to print a lot of unlimited, so there's a lot more unlimited compared to first edition, at least that's what I believe. For other sets, you'll see there's like only first edition because they printed to demand and they never needed to print unlimited, or they printed a little bit of unlimited, if that makes sense. I'm talking a lot at this point, but essentially what I'm trying to get at is Path to Hokage first edition is fairly rare, and I saw the super rares going for a reasonable price on GOAT cards and other places. So what I've been doing is buying up some of these first edition super rares. And so what you're seeing here is what I think is going to be one of the grails, or is one of the grails of the Naruto CCG hobby. This is a Sasuke Uchiha super rare from Path to Hokage, the little set symbol down there in the bottom left. It is first edition as well. This was considered light played and near mint on GOAT cards. There's a little bit of scuffing up there near the shuriken. And then I think there was there's some scratches on the back. I'm expecting maybe an 8.5 on this card, maybe, unless I missed something else, but an 8, anywhere near a 9 for a first edition super rare from Path to Hokage, in my opinion, is pretty good. Of course, I think the true grail from that set is the Naruto super rare. There's the Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke. There's a Haku, which I have 2 of them in first edition. Both are currently at grading. And then there's there's a couple of the super rares, but that is one of the best ones in my opinion. And what did I decide to do? I thought might as well go for the unlimited version as well. So here's the unlimited Sasuke. I think this one is in similar condition. I have a lot of scratches on the actual top loader, or on the card saver. So yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm going to have these both in the same submission. First edition Sasuke and an unlimited Sasuke. Both of which I think will be in the 8 to 9 range, which is really, really cool. Prices on these, this was like, I think, $50, maybe a little bit more, I can't remember. I think this was like 50 US. This was 250 US. So quite the difference, as you could tell. 5x the difference, I'm pretty sure. I also bought an unlimited Haku. I bought 2 first edition that are already off at MNT for grading. This one was like $18. I was shocked. Considering the booster boxes on eBay go for like, what is it, like $1,000, $2,000 now. Considering those booster boxes only have 2 super rares, you're not guaranteed to get a single ninja super rare. It's most likely unlimited. And so the fact that the best super rares, in my opinion, from that set, the Naruto Sasuke Haku, from a set that has a box that is valued at $1,000 to $2,000, the fact that this was $50 and that was $18 blew my mind. It could have been beat up. Doesn't matter. That's still insane to me. So, yeah, some Path to Hokage super rares. Anyways, these next 2 cards are cards that I packed recently. I was opening up packs for fun one night, and I don't even remember what set this was. I think this may be like Emerging Alliance or Foretold Prophecy, one of the 2. These Sakura and Tsunade And then the Gara of the Desert Possess Mode is another card I pulled. These are actually great examples of what I mean by the condition of cards pack fresh. Let's just check these out real quick. Scratch there. And remember, this is from pack to sleeve. Scuffing, little dots there. Some more scratches on the right hand side, right? Pack fresh. Let's look at the back. Back's actually not too bad. A little scratch at the top. Yeah, not the worst. Not the worst, right? But that's a pack fresh card, and I would take a guess that it would maybe be an 8 or a 9. Like, Naruto cards are, it's tough. You think about other hobbies, other collectibles, you know, it's bad if a set has pack fresh cards that are 8 or 9. Here it's like common. The Gara looks alright, but there's like specks on the, yeah, there's some scraping, there's some scratches here. What else? Some scratches up top. It's just, I think the foil that the Naruto CCG used was just so scratchable, that's all. And then a nice big scratch on the back. Pack fresh. Pack fresh. But I was really happy to pull those cards. I think I opened 2 packs from each of the sets. Ended up pulling super rares. So, very, very lucky when the super rare pull rate is 1 in 6 packs. Next up, and if you haven't realized already, I'm literally just going through a submission that I'm going to send off soon. Itachi Uchiha from Broken Promise. I packed this a long time ago. I think there's some scratches on it. Maybe a 9, but it's an Itachi. I got to grade all my Itachis. Next up, Pain and Itachi Uchiha. This one's interesting. I bought this as near mint to light play from Goat Cards. And you're going to notice something right away. Itachi has multiple like ink smudges on it. Crazy. You'll see here. It's like purple on his face. And I think that's genuinely factory. I don't see how someone would get stuff on there. Ink smudges on his face. There's like that surface wear on his chest, which is interesting. So Pain and Itachi from what's this? Tales of the Gaunt Sage as well. I think so, right? Yeah, Tales of the Gaunt Sage set 20. The back is all right, so I may send it in just to see what kind of grade it gets with that kind of smudging. But another cool card to have. Very, very nice. Okay, we got a couple more cards. I'll save, I wasn't going to, but I'll save the biggest hitter for the very end. Because it is, the biggest hitter is almost a 600 Canadian dollar card. Next up, we got a Nagato super rare from Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, the last set in the Naruto CCG. I bought this off of a guy on Instagram. The front, first off, I didn't realize these Edo cards had insane like texture patterns. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy. Beautiful. So this card, a couple flaws. I'm going to get it graded anyways, but a couple flaws. Some specs on the actual cloak. And then, unfortunately, you're going to see back here, there's a big scratch at the bottom left. Like dent almost. So I don't know what that's going to do to this card. Maybe bring it down to an 8, maybe an 8.5. I have no clue, but I'm going to get it graded anyways just to see. And of course, I'm going to make a video of when the card is returned so we could see what that damage gets knocked down to. Yeah, so we'll see. Next up, we have the Kakashi and Minato super rare from set 20. Really cool card. I packed this one myself a little while ago. Looks minty, minty, minty. I didn't see anything wrong with it, so hopefully we could get maybe a shot at a 10. Maybe. We'll see. This card is a big boy one. This was pulled from one blister pack that I had laying around of Heroes Ascension. I opened it up one day, thought about filming it, but decided not to, and pulled. I think this is the most expensive. Yeah, it's the most expensive super rare from the set. If you look at Goat Cards, it's like $90 out of stock in near mint to light play condition. This is mint. I'm talking possibility of a 10 or black label. No joke. If you look at this card, I didn't see anything wrong with it. It is beautiful. And the most important thing about this card for me is the texture pattern. Once again, look how beautiful it is. It is just gorgeous. We look at the back here. There's literally nothing wrong. The only thing I could think of is possibly centering being off, but really, the card looks fairly centered. in my opinion. And I realized recently that the one way you check centering is for Naruto cards. You could compare the what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. The type, nature type. I can't even remember what they call it in Naruto. But the symbols, how far away they are from the borders. I think the biggest thing for centering is actually checking the text box, how far away it is on each side. On full arts, it's like impossible to tell because there's always like some sort of artwork going on here, and they have the kunai and everything, right? But yeah, I think this is a great shot at a 10. So hopefully you get that. And the final thing to show you guys, I know it's been a long video. I hope you have enjoyed it. The second last thing to show you, actually, the final card though. Yep, I did it. From the same guy that I bought the Nagato. It was Rico. I think his Instagram's name is Rico Rocket. I bought Sasuke Susanoo. I saw this card. I'm not gonna lie. I saw this card and I thought this is the most beautiful card I've ever seen. The Itachi Susanoo is always gonna be my favorite because I love Itachi, but this card is genuinely gorgeous. The foiling is incredible. The colors are great. Only problem is it had the exact same like dent slash scratch mark in the bottom. I don't know how it happened. Rico said that it wasn't like that before he shipped it, so something must have happened in shipping, which is unfortunate. Maybe it takes this one down to an 8.5. I doubt I would get a 9, but like who really knows? I don't know how MNT grades that much, but anyways. Sasuke Susanoo, this one cost me almost $550 raw. That's Canadian dollars, but raw. That's a big boy. So this is going to be the next submission or the next cards submitted. I'm going to be getting all the full arts out quickly, and then maybe take my time with the non-full arts except for the first edition Sasuke. That's going out for sure. And then I got more stuff in the mail, so I hope you did enjoy that. A little thing to end off this video on. I recently saw that we passed like 400 subscribers on the channel, which is crazy. Thank you everybody for the amazing support. If we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to open up quite a few things. Now these are from the blister collection. I recently decided to open stuff from my blister collection and sell some things off. We're going to open up a Path to Hokage blister. Hopefully have first edition cards. Who knows? Unlikely. Eternal Rivalry. Path of Pain, because I'm still searching for the Diva path. And I'm opening up packs because I think my best chance of getting a 9.5 or higher for these full arts is going to be pack fresh, so I'll take the chance. Weapons of War, and Heroes Ascension. All in one video for 500 subscribers, so if you're interested in seeing those packs opened, let's hit 500 subs on the channel. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.